The Ferrari 312PB, a raw and visual machine from one of the most dangerous yet spectacular eras of motorsports, represents Scuderia's final successful analog and raw endurance prototype. Powered by a 470 horsepower flat 12 engine mated to a 5-speed manual transmission, the 312PB had racing pedigree that made it an icon of endurance racing in the early 1970s. You see, Ferrari's endurance legacy culminated in this prototype before high-tech machines transformed motorsports. For many, the 312PB embodies the primal spirit of racing, where driver skill and mechanical precision reign supreme, without the assistance of modern technologies like ABS or stability control. It was a machine built to conquer long-distance races through sheer power and driver skill. Scuderia, Ferrari, had been one of the most successful racing teams in the history of motorsports, known for its victories in Formula 1 and endurance racing alike. Throughout the 1960s and early 1970s, Ferrari battled fiercely against other manufacturers in the World Sports Car Championship. However, by the start of the 1970s, Ferrari's performance was flattering in both Formula 1 and endurance racing. As the 1970 season progressed, Ferrari struggled to compete against the Porsche 917K in endurance racing, while its Formula 1 efforts were overshadowed by teams like Tyrrell and Lotus, which relied on Ford Cosworth DEV V8 engines. Enzo Ferrari, determined to reclaim Scuderia's dominance in the WEC, directed his team to develop a new endurance car for 1971, the Ferrari 312PB. Now, the 312PB was born during a transitional period in motorsports where rules were evolving and manufacturers were pushing boundaries. This car was destined to become Ferrari's last great analog endurance prototype, marking the end of an era before electronics and turbo systems became commonplace in racing. The 312PB was developed by the same team responsible for Ferrari's Formula 1 cars, with legendary engineer Mario Forghieri leading the project. The car's design closely mirrored Ferrari's Formula 1 machine, the 312B, sharing both chassis and engine technology. At its core, the 312PB featured a space frame chassis combined with a central aluminium monocoque. Its suspension system, consisting of independent double wishbones, provided the car with superb handling, especially on the high-speed tracks of the World Sports Car Championship. Under the hood was the heart of a Ferrari F1, the Turbo 001 flat 12 engine. Originally designed for the 312B Formula 1 car, this 3-liter flat 12 had a compression ratio of 11.8 to 1. With these specifications, the engine could rev to an astonishing 12,600 RPM, producing 470 horsepower in its full configuration. For endurance races though, the engine was initially detuned to 440 horsepower, but by the 1973 season, it was restored to its full output. And this engine was linked to a Ferrari-built 5-speed manual gearbox, reinforcing the raw analog nature of the car. Unlike its modern successors, there was no electronic intervention, just a powerful engine, a manual transmission, and the skill of the driver to extract every ounce of performance. But enough about the technical, let's talk racing. So, the Ferrari 312PB made its debut in 1971, a year in which Scuderia was still recovering from a series of losses to Porsche. The team entered the 1,000 kilometers of Buenos Aires with high hopes of co-driving the car with Italian racers Ignazio Canuti and Arturo Merzario. But sadly, this debut coincided with tragedy. You see, while leading the race, Canuti collided with a limping Mantra 660 of Jean-Pierre Baltois. The resulting crash caused a devastating fire, and Canuti was unable to escape from the car, losing his life in the accident. And despite further development throughout the 1971 season, the 312PB struggled to keep up with Porsche's dominance. Ferrari finished the season in third place, behind Porsche and Alfa Romeo, but the team remained determined to improve. Then, the 1972 season marked a turning point for Ferrari's endurance racing efforts, with new regulations in place favoring 3-liter prototypes. Porsche withdrew its factory team from the WEC, giving Ferrari a chance to capitalize. The 312PB was extensively revised, receiving aerodynamic improvements and a boost in power, returning it to its full 470 horsepower output. The car's low-slung body enhanced its downforce and stability, making it more competitive on the high-speed tracks of the WEC. Ferrari fielded 5 factory-backed 312PBs, driven by an all-star lineup that included Formula 1 talents such as Jackie Ickx, Clay Regazzoni, Carlos Reutemann, and Mario Andretti. Even future rally driving champion Sandro Munari joined the effort. The 312PB dominated the 1972 season, winning every race it entered. It was a near-perfect campaign, restoring Ferrari to the top of the World Sports Car Championship. But despite Ferrari's overwhelming success in 1972, the team made the controversial decision to skip the 24 Hour of Le Mans that year. The reasoning was simple. Ferrari's engineers did not believe the Turbo 001 engine could withstand the grueling demands of the 24-hour race. This decision left the door open for Mantra to claim victory at Le Mans, but Ferrari remained focused on the championship title, which they secured with ease. In 1973, Ferrari returned to Le Mans, hoping to add the prestigious endurance race to their list of victories. The team brought 3 312PBs to the event, with the strategy of pushing Mantra's cars to their limits early in the race. One of the Ferrari entries, driven by Arturo Merzario and Carlos Pace, was tuned for outright speed rather than endurance, intending to force the Mantras into mechanical failure. For much of the race, Ferrari's plan worked and the 312PBs were in control. However, with just 90 minutes remaining, the leading Ferrari of Jackie X and Brian Redman suffered a mechanical failure, handing the win to Mantra's MS670B, driven by Henry Pescarolo and Gerard LaRouche. Ferrari finished in second place with Merzario and Pace's bait car, and this car would mark the end of Ferrari's campaign in endurance racing, as the team shifted its focus back to Formula 1. The 312PB, despite its brilliance, was the last endurance car produced by Ferrari before the team withdrew from the sport for several decades. It wasn't until 2023, with the introduction of the hybrid-powered 499P, that Ferrari returned to endurance racing, and remarkably, they won the 24 Hour of Le Mans once again. But at the end of the video, please let me know what you guys thought of the video. What do you guys think of the story of this car? Do you think it's cool? Do you think it's boring? I don't know. Let me know down below if you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did enjoy it, you'll most probably like most of my other stuff. So just go through my channel, see if there's something else you like. I'll check you guys in the next one. Cheers, eh?